Hello, this is circularsaws, and this video is going to be something different. Normally I'll be doing gaming unboxing videos or gaming stuff. This time it's going to be something about woodworking. Now I'm a beginner woodworker. I'm not an intermediate. I just started woodworking, but I do have some experience. It's just that I started woodworking majorly or almost every day. Before I used to do it during breaks or on weekends sometimes. But anyway, I was looking at how to make a straight cutting jig for your circular saw or your little jigsaw or whatever you're using, anything with a shoe. So what I did was I looked up online. This is not completely my idea. This is most people. I combined the ideas of a bunch of different people's jigs and created this. But this is my own version. They do have something similar to this, but it's completely different than the one I have. Now, as you can see, the board that I use for my straight cutting jig has holes. Now, there are a few advantages to that, and well, I'll just begin with how I did the jig. As you can see, it is 3/16 2x4 hardboard. Got this from Lowe's for about $5. And as you can see, I have screws. I use 1/2-inch screws. Now, as you can see, 4/16 and 4/16 would make a 1/2-inch, but 3/16 and 3/16 would not make a 1/2-inch. So what happened when I plugged in the screws was, as you can see, there are little bumps everywhere. Oh, so those little bumps. Now, before I was oh crap, there are bumps and everything. But now that I'm realizing it's actually a good thing, because that's actually I'm gonna have to clamp it down. I know how to use when I do clamp it down, but it's gonna be better because it's not gonna move with all the vibrations, because these things are like spiky bumps. As you can see, I did not remove the little wood. I did not want just the screw to be exposed, because that would just make dents in the wood. And so yeah, okay, so first thing I did is I use a table saw, but you can use any kind of saw you can. But I didn't really use the fence on the table saw, I just made a rough cut. So what I did was I took a 2x4 sheet of hardboard, and I cut off the factory edges from both sides. As you can see, this is the factory edge from both sides. I cut this one off and this one off. So, and here's the thing, in this part, if you don't have a table saw, you can just use a circular saw. You don't really have to be exact on here. Just remember, you might want to leave you might want to do at least 1.5 inches or more thicker, the side rails. Because I'll tell you why in just a minute. Okay, and the reason for that is, okay, so let's say this is your side that's really bad. This is your factory edge. Now, let's say this is my main floor, this part right here. So, now what I did was, if you had this a little bit thicker, so to make sure that this side is parallel with this side, what you do is you make sure the top edge and the bottom edge is completely flushed with the edge of the factory cut hardboard. So as you can see, this edge right here is completely flush with this edge, which gives me a perfect line. So that's what I did. That's what I did the first time. So as you can see, I put this board on after I cut this off. Now here comes the little bit tricky part. First thing I did was just make this perpendicular and screw it in. I did not use glue. First reason, there are holes, the glue might leak, and I was doing it really fast, and screws were a little bit better than glue, so I recommend using screws. And the other reason for using 1/2-inch screws, I just remembered, was that was the shortest one I had. And then what I did was, so first thing, I put this on this edge. As you can see, this cut wasn't there. This thing wasn't there. It was just completely flushed here. It was just completely flat here. So then I took my jigsaw. I built this for my jigsaw. I am going to build one for my circular saw, and I'm going to upload that video in a few days, or Friday or something like that. But then I took my jigsaw. I removed the blade so I can actually put it on here without, you know, the blade like making it angled. So then I put the shoe flat against this thing, against this edge. Then I took this part and I pushed it all the way flat against the other side of the shoe. So this is how much space my shoe is actually. And then I clamped this part up. Then I put one screw, just one screw, so you can actually pivot it around. So then it was completely flat here. Then I just moved my jigsaw up the rail, like every what do you call it, like 9 or 10 inches. I kept making sure this thing was flat. Then until when I got to here, I put one more screw down. Then I kept doing that all the way until I got all the way up. And then as you can see, this thing is like a big rail. Now I have a few advantages to this against the jigsaw where you just have, or from the cut to here it's just cut off. There's nothing there. It's just this much. Is that I'll tell you. I'll just bring out my jigsaw in a minute or two. But before, what I'm saying is that this thing is like it's like a train rail. You know, it's just like a guide rail. It's just gonna guide the jigsaw. Only thing it does is make sure you have it at the right speed and make sure you go slow enough or fast enough. Just like slide it on the rail. And then, as you can see, I have the whole hardwood. Now, here's the good thing. If I had cut the whole part off, then this thing would have been separate, and then every time I would have been trying to make a line, I would have to make sure these two, I would have to connect them on the paper, or I mean, on the wood I'm cutting. But that's why, as you can see, I bought the fine blade jigsaw from Bosch. They fit perfectly in the holes. So I measured it. So first thing I did was actually put the blade jigsaw around here. And, you know, measured it if this is right amount here. So then I put this up. But, you know, you don't really have to do that. If you don't have a hole, you can just do a drop cut with a jigsaw. Just look it up on YouTube how to do that. It's like a plunge cut on a jigsaw. It's going to teach you exactly how to make a hole right in the, like, middle. Like, I think you have to drop the jigsaw down like this, like, slowly. And it's going to cut all the way up. And wait 1 minute. So the thing is, so that's how this was, right? And so as you can see, that's why I cut it from this hole to this hole. So now when I have to cut my line, so you can see I made a line on here. What I do is, stupid phone call. So what I did was, what I had to do is this line over here. So you can see I can't really see through it really good, so that's why I have the holes. I line up the hole and like the cut here against here, and, you know, just do that. And since I'm running out of battery and the stupid phone keeps ringing, and I'm almost around 8 minutes, I might as well show you what the jigsaw works, what the jigsaw will look like on here. So you can see I have a Black & Decker jigsaw. That's the $100 table saw I used. It's really good. As you can see, it fits perfectly in the rail. As you can see, it just glides. And it gets a little bit stuck here, but, you know, I just had oil the little bit sides a little bit. And just remember one thing. For the hardboard, I use the soft side up so the jigsaw can glide good. And also, so the bottom side is on the wood, so it has more friction against the wood, so it's not going to slip off if you have vibrations or anything. I am going to make something like this, but a little bit different for a mini circular saw. Yes, a mini circular saw, but you can definitely use it with a big circular saw. So just keep watching my channel, and I'll upload it soon as I can, okay? Thanks for watching.